Happy Sunday, my loves. Welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for February 20th to the 28th, 2022. We are wrapping up February 2022 this week, and there's not a whole lot going on in the stars, which gives us a chance to kind of just decompress and really get ready for March and spring 2022 and the new life that's going to be coming in for us very soon. Really, the key thing that's happening this week is on Thursday, the 24th, Mercury leaves shadow officially and forms a square to Uranus in Taurus. So Mercury has been direct officially in Aquarius since February 3rd, but since then we have been still in the process of getting clear on what it is we want, still in the process of getting clear on the plans that are truly coming together for us here in the beginning of 2022. And now after Thursday, things can really start to feel clear. Things can really start to feel, less draining. This square to Uranus, the planet of innovation and change, the unexpected, is really bringing this sense of the unpredictable coming through. Perspective changing, plans changing. This is definitely a week to be flexible, be open to miracles, blessings in disguise, be open to change. How could I do this better? How could this be better? What do I need to let go of in order for things to just feel like they can actually start working? The moon is waning its way down to new for our March 2nd Pisces new moon. So we are in the waning moon phase, the lunar cycle. It's all about paring down, all about simplifying. If it's not working anymore, you don't need to spend another minute on it. This is Pisces season. We have high intuition right now, and let that be your guide this week. So let's pull some cards for this week ahead. What do we need to know for this last week of February 2022? So we have the Four of Swords, we have death, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is a real turning point for us this week that will ask us to turn inward and ask ourselves deeply, what do I actually want in my heart of hearts? Not so much my thinking, not so much my mind, not so much my ego. This is an ego death a little bit this week. What is it that we truly want? What are we committed to? What are we devoted to? What are we moving forward towards just right now in our heart of hearts and in our spirit? This is a week to really notice what direction your spirit is taking you in and not rush that process or not rush that pace. In fact, mental stillness is the way to actually move this process forward this week, really getting perspective on what is changing and how it's changing. Death is all about blossoming, right? It's all about breaking out of that cocoon phase and embracing the process, the messy, unscripted process of becoming a butterfly, really becoming this new version of us. And all we can do in order to engage fully in this process is be wholly present as old labels, old identities fall away, old ideas of who we are and what the future looks like to fall away if it doesn't give us life anymore. There's a sense that grounding is going to be mobilizing, grounding is going to be fortifying. We're not stopping, we're moving forward, but being really mindful this week of our perspective, and what we're allowing to inform that. Are we seeing things clearly? Or are we getting in our head? Are we starting to think about, just things that have nothing to do with the present moment and making decisions from this place of feeling, not like ourselves or not authentic or not connected to our inner knowing? The Four of Swords really turns us back into that inner knowing and reminds us that the map is within. It's not about pulling, ideas out of our brain or our ego. That's not the move. That's not the fortifying move here in the Four of Swords. It's about stilling the mind and opening up to a higher way, opening up to a higher perspective, and getting out of our own way so that we can actually move forward here. With the Knight of Pentacles, we are focused on something right now, really focused on some tangible goal that we know that is mobilizing for us, that we know is important for us, whether it's like building your business for you, building this project, or cultivating this relationship, or just working on your health or something right now. Whatever it is, has, you know, staying power for you. And that's what is, that's what's moving you forward. You know, the knowing that I take this step, like staying organized this week, even if it's Pisces season, this is a week to surrender, it's a week to flow, but also, you know, knowing that we can't just throw, you know, everything away and flow freely and be so intuitive. It's like, I know for me, when I have that like structure and that plan, so I'm going to meditate for this amount of time, I'm going to like start my day off with this morning routine, then I can actually feel so much more free to actually give fully of myself in those compartments of mental stillness that I create for myself, in those moments of ritual that I carve out for myself. This is my intention for this meditation. So there, being intentional in general helps us to move forward this week. But, you know, there is that energy of like our soul is transforming on its own time right now. A lot of change that is not in us to take care of right now. What we can do this week is just marvel at the process of being alive right now as life is living through us. There's definitely a new day dawning here for us. And all we need to do is just see where the light's coming in at any given moment. What's giving me life right now? Does this feel energizing? Does this feel like a match for the version of me that I'm becoming? That I know in my heart of hearts, like, am I moving towards this with my body, or am I feeling contracted when I'm thinking about it? One step at a time. One step at a time. And I think that we're probably a little bit clearer than I think that we might be thinking this week. Two horses, momentum, leaving behind the old, cultivating the new. Being grounded, looking for the light. Where's the light today? Mark it on your to-do list. Look for the light. Night, seeking retreat in this cathedral here. They know that they're not done their fight. They still have to go back to the mission, but they need a moment to just take a beat. And this week for you can be a beat to check in with your boundaries, to check in with your mental boundaries, your psychic boundaries. My God, so important during Pisces season. Your physical boundaries, your spatial boundaries, your financial boundaries. This is a time to not underestimate the importance of your boundaries. And trust as well, you know, trust in yourself and your heart and your gut. Like, death asks for that above all else. Like, just being so present. Like, I know that this makes me feel good. I know that this feels like it moves me forward. I know that this is what seems to be playing out right now. And it's okay to feel a lot of emotions right now. Pisces season can make us very emotional. And that's okay. When you are feeling your emotions, you are alive, right? The Seven of Cups. So really getting clear on what it is we just want, not getting in our heads, but thinking about all the options that are on the table right now. There's so many different ways that things could go. The future is unwritten. We're in charge. You know, it's up to us to make a choice. And it's okay to not make a choice like right now before you're ready, unless you have to. But it's like just really being critical and grounded in your mulling over the options and the paths that are very much available for you now. Do I actually want this? I know myself so well. I do. How would that actually feel for me? Knowing that things can change, you know, like things can change. So maybe even being experimental about the plans that are coming together or your choices that are, you know, being made this week, what is it that you actually want? Maybe what do you need to do in order to get really clear on that? Do you need to change your thinking around something? Do you need to open up your mind about something? Maybe a little bit of more like learning or education or conversation or something like that. What do you actually need to do in order to like get super clear on which option, which path you will take from here? You are taking. The universe is moving you forward into that with death. You know, it's not all on you. Taking that step back. Four of Swords. What's just happening here? What does the universe want from me? Let's pull a spellcasting oracle card. Home. Let's read the wisdom message for this. Home is definitely where the heart is. It's a place of security, protection, comfort, and sanctuary. And for you, there's nothing better than the feeling of being at home. As idyllic as that sounds, the reality of the home is sometimes far harsher, with disagreements, interruptions, or no time to call your own. But feeling like an outsider is hard for anyone looking in, so it's time to breathe new energy into your dwelling place by enhancing the ambiance with peace, warmth, and happiness. Retreating within your newly energized home for a while will restore you to the full strength required to face the outside world. Put your boundaries in place. Clear out any clutter. Someone's trying to make themselves at home. A house sale goes through. All right. Spring cleaning time is now, so that you can move forward into March feeling strong in yourself and self-loving. You know, you want your home to feel like a reflection of your sacred inner world. You are sacred space. Remind yourself of that this week as you blossom into the spring version of you. Sweet people, I am sending you all of my love as we move into this week, our final week of February. If you would like a reading with me, hit the link in my bio.